Hey team, I'm Tom.
I'm Ken.
And we're the Bearded Cyclists.
Yeah, nailed it.
Nailed it.
All right, guys, so what we're going to talk about today is goals. Why you should set goals, how you should set goals, and then we're going to talk specifically about goals that we have, both for ourselves and then also for our channel and what we want to see happen with the channel.
Yeah, so why should you set a goal? One of the main reasons is so you can stay focused. You find that if you don't have something that you're constantly looking at, you get off track. And if you get off track a little bit, you end up getting off track a lot.
Yeah, I always feel like I did my best when we had something specifically we were aiming for, like Hurricane Ridge. When we decided we're going to go ride Hurricane Ridge, it felt so intimidating.
Hurricane Ridge is a mountain in the Olympic mountain range, and we rode our bicycles up it.
We've done it several times now, but the first time it was incredibly intimidating. It was like from sea level to almost 5,200 feet, thereabouts,
Sea level to over a mile.
of elevation gain, over 18 miles. And it just felt incredibly intimidating. And I'm like, how are we going to do this? I don't know how we're going to get there.
That was some of the most focus we have ever had cycling. We rode so many hills, so many hours on hills.
Yeah, and I would say our goal was kind of vague then. It was more like, don't die on the hill. Don't die on the mountain.
Yeah.
So it was a workable goal, but it was pretty vague.
Yeah, we didn't set a very good goal.
Well, what was good about it, though, is that it did give us the focus that we needed to ride every day. I mean, we started doing the Hill Climb Mondays then. We started riding, we took Fridays off, if I remember right, and we rode on Saturdays.
Yeah,
I mean, we had a plan for conquering that mountain.
And succeeded. We managed to get to the top.
So your goals could be as simple as, like, I just want to be ready for this ride, or they could be as focused as I want to get to this weight, or I want to set a PR on this climb, or, I want to look good naked. That's what Tom says anyway.
It's true. It's a true goal. So how do you set a good goal? So one of the ways that we like to use to set a goal is to set a SMART goal. That would be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely.
It feels kind of almost like dorky and cliche to use this a little bit, but it's something that I learned at work and have found it to be incredibly useful.
To be fair, we are dorky and cliche.
That hurts. Let's continue.
So now we also wanted to talk about our goals, and specifically our channel's goals. So we want to produce video content and put out a video every 2 weeks.
Yeah, so both Tom and I work full-time jobs, so I feel like a bi-weekly schedule makes more sense than any, obviously a daily schedule or even a weekly schedule might be kind of tough to achieve, but that's one that we can address in the future too as we get going.
Yeah, as we get better at doing this, we may take it down to a weekly, but for now, bi-weekly really just makes the most sense.
Yeah, and so that's kind of for the foreseeable future. So it's not really time-bound exactly, but for as long as we're doing this, we're going to do at least bi-weekly videos. So in that sense, it's kind of time-bound. The next one is subscribers. Basically, we want to have a goal of getting 100 subscribers 6 months from the air date of this video. And that'll give us a kind of a feedback loop of, are we doing something that's good? Are we doing something that people want to watch and people want to watch enough that they actually subscribe to us?
Yeah, is this something that people find interesting and find fun?
So those are our two main goals for the channel: putting out a bi-weekly video and getting to 100 subscribers within 6 months. We kind of talked about our channel goals and what we're hoping to achieve with the channel. And so now we want to talk about our personal goals.
So one of the things that's hard to set a personal goal about is weight. One of the things that started this channel and made it really happen was we came back from vacation and I was at the most I've ever weighed, which was 214 pounds. And we kind of were talking about, okay, we need to get this thing going and we really want to do this journey and we want to put it out there and say, okay, this is us getting back to where we were. So I wanted to select a weight for me that isn't just about a number, because you can be very fit but weigh an amount that people think is too much.
Yeah, it's easy to get obsessed with a weight number, and that A weight number is not necessarily a good barometer for success, but it can be a goal.
Exactly. And so that's one of those things that we talked about this quite a bit. And I really want to get back to the weight that I was at when we first went up Hurricane Ridge, because that was when I was probably the most fit, and that was about 170 pounds.
Yeah, and for me, it's going to be the same goal, because I would agree that summer before we did that ride, that's when I felt my best in shape that I've ever been in my life, really, and certainly my best cycling shape, and I was about 145. So.
And we decided we want to do this in time for the spring rides that happen here in the Pacific Northwest, specifically the Flying Wheels, but we wanted to be a little bit ahead of that, so we decided May 1st.
Yeah, so May 1st is our time-bound goal for this. It's specific in that we have a specific weight number that we're going to go for. It's obviously measurable because we can weigh ourselves.
It's achievable because we've already started with getting our diets right and our riding into work, and so it's definitely going to be an achievable one. Okay, so we also want to talk about our combined goals. And one of the goals that we want to have is we want to do the Seattle to Portland ride again, and the link to that ride will be in the description.
That's really kind of a goal for 3 of us, actually. It's for the 2 of us, for the channel specifically, but then my wife is getting back into cycling now too, and we have a tandem. So my goal with her is to do the STP in 1 day on the tandem.
I thought we were riding the tandem on the STP.
Sorry. You can draft.
I'm going to draft the whole way.
It's specific, do the STP in 1 day. Mm-hmm. That's also measurable in that sense. We kind of got some more specifics and measurables there, and trying to be there, in dusk time, and also while there's still a crowd. I think it's achievable, for sure.
Yeah,
definitely. We've done it before. So, and I think doing it on the tandem is going to be a ton of fun, not together, but...
Still be together. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it is. It's relevant to our life goals of getting in better shape. So,
and it's timely because there's a definite time when it's going to happen.
Next one is to ride in and finish a criterium. We'll have to talk more about what a criterium is maybe at another point, but suffice it to say, it's a bike race that happens over a specific period of time, and it's basically laps around a set course.
Our friend that got us into bicycling a lot raced in some criteriums last year and was talking to us about it and trying to talk us into it.
Yeah, so we want to be supportive to him, but also have a good goal for us. Supportive to him by, doing one with him, for sure.
Which definitely sounds like a great time. And also, it sounds like a lot of fun to record our experience of being in a race for this channel.
Yeah, really, it's going to be us popping off the back and stinking pretty bad, but
that's why finish the race is one of the goals.
Yeah, ride in and finish a criterium, not win.
We picked a specific one that we're looking at. They haven't announced the date that they're going to be doing it again next year. They did this year in the end of June. So we have a time frame. So it does meet the wickets of being a SMART goal.
And then another one is to do the Hurricane Ridge again. But this time we're going to kind of do it a little bit like Hurricane Ridge plus one. We're either going to ride from Hurricane Ridge, like to the top, and then all the way back to our house, which is about 100 miles away, or we're going to start at the house and finish at the top of the Hurricane Ridge, which is about 100 miles. If you do it from Hurricane Ridge back to home, it's about 120 because you have the going up distance in there. If you just go to the top, it's about 100 miles. Either way, it's pretty tough.
We did that once before where we started from our houses and made it to the top of Hurricane Ridge, and it was probably the most epic ride we've ever done.
We kind of want to do it in reverse, though, just mostly because we've done it in the one way and we haven't done it in reverse yet. So that would kind of be my preference. Yeah, so those are our goals there. We talked a little bit about how we wanted to set goals and what our method is for setting the goals. Talked about our personal goals, talked about goals for the channel, and then we talked a little bit about what are our goals together, what are we hoping to do next year. So
yeah, we would love to hear from you guys, hear what your goals are in the comments. That'd be great.
Also follow us on Instagram at the Bearded Cyclists.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks. We're the Bearded Cyclists. Peace out.